Hi, my name is Neil Sims. I'm with Chapel Hill High Boosters, band boosters that is, and I'm going to show you how to assemble our props for the year 2013. We're going to have to do this before each game and before each competition, and just want to have this on file for anybody who would like to know how it's done without having to go through a session each time. So hopefully folks will see this in advance and be able to understand the procedure. Okay, we have 5 panels which are identical, but each one will have its set of hardware because each one has to be drilled out and pinned. We need to make sure that the hardware stays associated with each panel so that we don't start mixing and matching things, otherwise things won't fit. So each panel will have the actual rolled up fabric. There's one PVC pipe in here, and then there's another PVC pipe which is kept in here. These are not removed. We leave these 2 in here like a scroll to roll up for storage each time. And then the side, so these are the top and the bottom PVC. This keyboard is vertical. The image of the keyboard on the panel is vertical. So these are the black keys, the white keys. So this will be, when I unroll this will be the bottom, and this is the top of the panel. Each panel is identified with a letter. This is panel A. All of the hardware associated with it has A written in it, written on it, and each corner has a number. So this is corner A2, which is going to join with a fitting, another fitting that's A2. These are the 2 sides, top and bottom. These are the 2 legs, which you'll see that we place the panel in to hold it upright. So you're going to lay it out. Stop here in a second, but we'll lay it out and get the panel face down so that we can assemble the whole thing, the whole frame that holds it up in the proper way. The other thing we have is 5 pins, and we'll see how those pins go into each corner. It allows us to break it down properly and put it back together. We'll need probably a couple more of these so that we can do more than one at a time, but I use this rubber mallet just to knock things together so that the pins fit in their hole. Take this up here. Remember, it's got to go face down. Spread these a little away. Okay. Roll this out. Good side is down. The side that will be shown to the crowd. We're probably going to need some kind of tarp or something, because if we lay this down on pavement, it's going to get abraded. So I'll probably find a couple tarps that we can lay it on and protect it while we assemble and disassemble these. So there it is, rolled out. You've got your side pieces in place. And now we're going to join each of the corners and pin it together. Okay, each of these panels should be the same in terms of where the corners are glued on and where they're pinned on. So they should all be like this. We will store this one like this, actually together. But this one has to come off, and the reason is we have a fitting glued on the other end, but this has to be able to slide through the sleeve. So we pull this off. Okay, each of these sleeves is slit. There's a couple layers of fabric there, so you got to make sure you get under the 2 layers. Slide it in. comes out the other end like that, it can catch. You just have to come down here, and if you've got two people, the other one can be helping with this. You got to make sure, you know, that it slides out here where it's exposed. Each one of these fittings has holes drilled through it, through which the pin will go, as does this fitting. So here is fitting A3, A3 joins A3. We have little lines on the top to help you kind of line them up. A few taps with the mallet, and if I look through, I'm lined up pretty well here. And this little lock or pin, I don't know what you call it, holds the pin in. I'm going to do the same on this one. And that one I'm actually going to have to go to the other end. It's helpful really to have two people doing each of these, because I'm going to have to go down the other end to tap this in. I might be able to tap it this way. Let's see if I can. Oops. I have that one upside down, because remember we should be seeing A3, and this is joint 2. Here we go. Alright, that's one corner complete. I think this is the only corner with 2 pins. And I'm going to get the other. This is at the same bar we were just working on at the lower end. This is the upper end of it. This pipe remains in the panel. Again, I have to turn it around. And this is A2, A2. Line up the marks. Get the tap. Sometimes they're a little ornery. I wouldn't force them too much. If they're not aligned and you force them, you can crack this plastic. So if that had not gone right in, I would have taken a better look and made sure that everything was lined up properly. That is, the pipe's all the way in, and that it's twisted properly to line up the pinholes. Okay. On the other side, we have another pole just like the other, the vertical pole. And that one also has to be slid in the sleeve. Okay, we got this one going into here. I'm going to have to tap on the other end. My camera person assistant will put their foot there. Just hold that in place while I tap on it. Okay, so we've tapped it on the other end. It helps to have someone here making sure that it remains aligned. Now we can put the pin in. Again, a gentle tap. If it's requiring more than a gentle tap, and it's probably not aligned. Okay, we're on the last corner. This one you have to kind of cajole in, but things will stretch like that. Make sure it remains pretty much aligned while you tap. And hopefully this last one will fit. Okay, so each one of these was labeled. I mean, there's really only one way it can go due to the nature of where the corner pieces are glued and where they're not glued. But they are numbered here, A4, A4. each joint has a number indicating. It's worn off a little. Okay, and that's it. The panel is basically assembled, and now we have to put it on its legs. It takes two persons to raise it and place it in the feet. Place your foot right next to the bottom of the unit with this piece sticking up. Don't stress the frame, so go up top and carefully raise it. If you reach at it too low, you could stress it and snap something. Alright, so we're looking at the back side of the panel here, but that's fine. Raise it up, put it in one foot. It's just a friction fit. Slide down and into the foot. For each one of these, because it's just PVC, in the event of wind, this is quite a sail. So we have a support wire which it's not a wire, it's just a rope. An eye bolt can go through this pole, and there's a loop that goes on the other side, and then just a nut that holds it on. So the eye bolt should be on the front side, the visible side of the panel. And then on the back side, you're going to have this metal loop that holds it in place.
I dropped my nut.
This is the front side of the panel, and as you can see, it's pretty much ready to go. We do have some sandbags which haven't been delivered yet. They're intended for like holding down photographer stands, but they're going to be laid over the ends of these legs right here in the back, and that should help stabilize it in any kind of breeze. We're getting a little breeze on it right now, and it's doing okay, but any more breeze and this will start to tilt. But with the sandbags, we hope that should hold it steady. When we transport, we're going to swing the leg like that. Now this whole thing is only a few inches wide, and we're going to have a cart, which they'll be able to add to this video when I've got it built. We'll have a cart that'll hold all 5 of these panels in this kind of longitudinal fashion, so that we can then roll that cart down. When we get there, we just spin these like that, and they're up. So right now I've got these tied off. But I need to get some clips that'll allow this just to be snapped on here, so that people don't have to worry about trying to tie a good knot. This is what one of these eye bolts looks like. So I just got it's a device for holding electrical wires, but suffices for this. We have the guy wire in the back going to this loop, and the front one going to the eye bolt. So that just comes out of there, and we will store it by just screwing this on. Plenty so that we don't lose it. And that's all that's holding that on. And if I get some clips here for each side, then we won't have to tie these. So. Okay, so we've got our guy wires off, or our guy ropes, and we're just going to step on the leg, twist and pull. Step on it with both feet. legs out of the way a bit. Put the panel down on its face. Remove the pins. Looping together a batch of 5 of them so we don't lose them. Okay, now it's going to be a matter of knocking this back out. Back a little. And I'll stop this and show you that a little closer. Into the sleeve a bit. That one's already been released on the other end, but it'll just pop free. Same here. Remember, this is the corner where there are 2. Because this is the one that's going to be rolled up and remain inside. All right, so I've got all of them freed up, pins removed, freed up. Just going to slide off the side vertical pole. Remember, they come out. And we're going to roll it up like a scroll with the remaining ones. Now what we want to do here is roll it up so that the inside is exposed. We don't want to leave the outside exposed. So you see this one here, it's going to remain in place. It has a fitting on it, so that's not the one we roll. This is the one on this end. Does not have any fittings on either end, so it will roll the best. What I'm going to do is walk this back here. Start rolling. With 2 people, this will go a bit easier to keep it from doing this. But you can see this is the underside just getting rolled, and that will be exposed at the end, so we don't have the good show side out and getting dirty when we're transporting and storing. So we're just going to roll this back up into a scroll, all on one side, just the way it was when we started. And that's it. We put all of those 2 poles with this one and put it away, and it's done. So here we've got the bottom end, no fittings. You can see, show them there's no fitting here. Which will make this roll nicely. If we had one of the elbow fittings on here, it wouldn't roll very well. We're rolling so that the inside, the back side of the panel is going to be exposed and therefore protect the inner area. We're trying to maintain it straight across so we don't get it skewed. It's free on there, that's the time you can pick it off. Here we are. So basically we'll try and keep hardware associated with each together, and in particular at least these 4. So these 2 poles go with that set. These are all A. I don't think we're not going to worry about the bottoms. They're all interchangeable. The leg the legs that go on the bottom. I'm not going to bother lettering and identifying those. They should all be the same. We'll have some, probably some hook and loop Velcro ties here so that we can bundle together these two verticals with the scroll for each group so that all the A parts stay with A, B stays with B. And that'll be less time rooting around when we're going to set up. That should do it. Any folks have any questions, just email me, let me know, and I'll answer for you. And we'll try and allow plenty of time to set these up for competition so that anyone who's still a little unfamiliar will see how it works.